Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wanted to share some contemplation I had this weekend. Actually, it's something I think about periodically, but one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my business was not fully investing in my business when I started. I worked casually in my business, Energy Works, Myofascial release. I worked casually in my business for about 6 years. So I worked full-time for a major insurance company, United Healthcare, in a leadership role. Very stressful job. Whose job isn't stressful? Every job is stressful. But a lot of pressure, a lot of demands on people, from entry positions all the way through senior leadership. Lots of pressure, lots of stress in that job. So for the first 6 years of my business, I was actually just doing evenings and weekends. I was working 7 days a week, really long days, but my business, working on people, helping people heal, was really where my passion was. And that was my escape for about 6 years. And I got to the point where I wrestled with decisions with where I was going to go in my career. Financially, I was stable. I was making good money at United Healthcare. If money was the only thing that was important to me, I would have stayed. But I wasn't living where my passion was. And so my biggest mistake was waiting too long to follow my passion, to follow my dream. And fortunately, I was able to kind of taper into a very casual business into half-time. Got to continue on for half-time for a while. So that was a nice transition for me. I did half-time for United Healthcare and half-time in my business, which was a much healthier balance for me. I was much happier. But I will tell you that last year was pretty tough. The last year that I was there, I really dragged my feet. I knew I was staying because financially I was comfortable, but I knew that personally, in my heart, I was miserable. And so my biggest mistake was not just making that jump 3 years prior. And I'm very, very thankful that I made that jump to go full-time in my business. Good morning, Ginger. To go full-time in my business this year, mid-August. And I look back and think how much time and energy I invested feeling miserable, worrying, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what other people would think, fear of not being able to make those ends meet because I was leaving a paycheck that was a comfortable paycheck for me, and going into the unknown, and then increasing my expenses at the same time. So a lot of fear, but I will tell you, once that decision was made, and fortunately I've worked with some very, very good business coaches over the past 3 years. I've worked with several. I've worked with Irene Diamond, I've worked with Aaron LeBauer, I've worked with Greg Todd. Each one of them has talents in different areas that really helped me get ready for that move. And I kicked myself for not doing it sooner, but at the same time, I had to let my head be in the right place as well as my heart. So my biggest mistake in my business was not fully investing in my business and not fully investing in coaching, business coaching early on. It took me over 6 years to get some business coaching, okay? I went through, like I said, I've worked with 3 business coaches, all have talents in each direction. What has really helped me take that final leap and get myself ready and set myself up for the future is working through SSPT, Smart Success PT. That has been the pinnacle piece that kind of pushed me over the edge and gave me the confidence that I needed to know that I could actually grow my business versus just make enough to retire. To grow my business, give myself more fully to other people, meaning I know when I work with people, I'm not at the bottom of the barrel. I invest a lot of money in myself clinically. I invest a lot of money in my business, in business coaching, and my prices reflect that. But then it also gives me the opportunity to give back, okay? So not everybody can afford me. I totally get it. And honestly, I'm not going to work at the bottom of the barrel and work my fingers to the bone and just barely be able to pay my rent. But it does afford me the opportunity to donate my time and give back to the community for those who really cannot afford. Okay? So most people don't know this, that I do have a We Give Back program, and I have my own selection criteria. I select when I give people free sessions on my table. What I find is that most people say they can't afford something when in reality it's a choice not to invest in themselves, okay? Whether they're investing in themselves personally or they're making a choice not to invest in themselves professionally, okay? It goes both ways. People make money, they spend money frivolously, they spend money impulsively. I can't tell you how many times I heard, I can't afford it, and then I go for a 2-week trip somewhere, okay? Or I can't afford it, and then, we just bought, these 2 new vehicles on spur of the moment. I can't tell you how many times I hear that, and I think, how sad, because those are material things. When those people are suffering, they're suffering in their health, they're suffering in their happiness and joy in their career, yet they're spending money on things that really are short-lived and aren't going to help them in the future in their health or their career. So, it's a relationship with money, and you have to understand where that's at. So the reason why I share this with you is, from a professional standpoint, if you are a healthcare professional and you're not happy where you're at, if you need help trying to figure out a plan, where am I going to go? I'm going to highly recommend a program called Smart Success PT. Like I said, I've worked with several, all great people, but this particular program was very strategic for me to be able to lay things out in a way that I could follow and understand and go back and reference. So if you're not sure what you should do and you're really struggling in your career, reach out to me. I would love to just talk to you, see where you're at. It's a conversation, right? I can share what I did, share my story, and if it's right for you, it's not, then that's fine too. But at least you have, you got to start thinking in a way that's positive for you, thinking in a way that's going to help you in your career. Are you drawn to do something in your future that you just don't know how to get there and you just feel stuck, okay? So from a career standpoint, feel free to reach out to me. Just send me a private message and we'll set up some time to talk. If you are struggling in your health, believe me, I've gone there too. I can't tell you, when I first started this, it took me a long time to go to the doctor. I don't like to go to the doctor, okay? And when I did, I had so many chronic pain issues, it wasn't even funny. It got so bad I could barely walk my dogs a few blocks. Before, my back was bothering me, my hips were bothering me. I could barely lay on a massage table, and my neck and shoulder was just so locked up. I was just so uncomfortable. But it took me a long time to really get the help that I needed. And I needed to invest in myself, both time and money, to get better. But again, I kicked myself for all those months and months and months of trying to do things on my own, hoping it was going to get better, squirreling away my money for my retirement when I was miserable in my own body. So I invested in myself, but again, kicked myself for waiting so long to do it. So the same thing, if you are working on your health or struggling in your health and you're just really not sure what to do, again, send me a private message. Let's just have a conversation, okay? A conversation's free on the phone. Let's see where you're at, see if there's anything that I can recommend for you. If there's something that I can help you with, I will. It might just be free advice. It might be recommending, hey, I got a Facebook video that might help you on some stretches. It might be as simple as that. But you don't have to be miserable. There is a way to help yourself get better in your health as well. Okay? So, take the time. Invest in yourself. You're more than usually willing to help other people. So think about yourself as well. It's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's not selfish to take care and do the things that you want to do It's not selfish to take care of yourself physically with your health. So, again, either of those resonate with you, feel free to reach out to me. Send me a private message. We'll set up some time to talk. But yeah, don't make the big mistakes that I did. Don't wait too long. All right? Have a good day.